And there you go. That's Batman Arkham City. I guess I'll do a little review. Um, yeah, this game was critically acclaimed, and I definitely see why. The production values for this game are really, really high, just like, Arkham Asylum. The graphics, the mood, the setting, all the voice work, the writing, even though I have fundamental moral differences with the narrative, it was still written well. It was written like how a Batman uh, story should be written, I guess. But I'll criticize that a little bit later. Um, as a game, though, I don't know. For whatever reason, it was just boring to me. Like it was, I don't know. I couldn't really get into it. Maybe it's just like one of those games that you kind of have to like. It would probably be more fun on a second playthrough. I can't really pinpoint exactly why it was boring for me, but I do remember being kind of bored with Arkham Asylum as well. Compared to that game, honestly, I think I prefer Arkham Asylum. I don't know. I think this kind of game is better as a more linear affair rather than as an open world kind of game. They always try to outdo themselves in sequels, and the next logical choice to make when making a sequel is to make it more non-linear, to make it more open world. And they did create a nice city to explore. But I really do think that this kind of gameplay is just better suited for a more linear progression, more linear gameplay progression, level progression, whatever you want to call
You
it.
have one missed call.
Oh, great.
Call received 3 hours ago.
What is it doing? I'm in the middle of a review. um, Let me see. This is so pointless. Actually, that leads into another point I was gonna make. There is a lot of banter in the game, and it gets kind of annoying. Here, let me just turn this down. Yeah, there's a lot of banter in the game, and it's mostly just inane, and like hearing the thugs like constantly say, "Hey, bats, we're gonna beat you up" and stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of got old really fast, but at the same time, I kind of get it. Um, yeah, the game it's just okay for me. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing it again, but I honestly, it just wasn't really all that fun playing it on the first playthrough. Um, Probably it probably has to do with the fact that since it is an open world game, you're better off just uh doing a lot of the side missions, which I did not do. So if you stick to the main game and the main story, you'll probably not like it as much. But then again, it kind of goes hand in hand. Like if you're going to be doing the side stuff, you're going to be enjoying the game in the first place. Um, if you stick to the main story, it's not that long of a game. Like I think I beat this game in under 10 hours, and that's fine for me. But that could be a problem for some people. But yeah, like I said, if you do a lot of the side quests, there's actually a lot of content, and you could spend. Jertka said that he spent like 200 hours playing this game, 100% it. That's crazy. Um, but that's not for me. Owly did mention. I think we can turn up the volume again. Ali did mention before that the graphics looked a little repetitive. Like everything kind of looked dull and drab. And even though I do like the graphics, yeah, the Unreal Engine 3 does have that kind of gritty look, which I think is fitting for this kind of game. But yeah, the environments in the game do look a little samey. It kind of has what I call Transformers syndrome. The game Transformers had like nice graphics, but everything just had this weird like cybernetic look, kind of like Alien Isolation. Again, everything just all the environments kind of have the same kind of look to them. And that's hard to avoid in a game like this, but when everything takes place at night and you have that gritty, ugly, nasty, grimy look to everything, yeah, all the environments can kind of blur together. Other than that, like the voice acting's all top notch. The Batman's played by the same guy who did the voice of Batman in the cartoon, same as Joker, who was Mark Hamill. I forgot the name of the guy who did Batman, but yeah, he's good. The story, okay, look, I would be remiss in not mentioning how I hate Batman's no-kill policy. Batman's no-kill policy is so illogical. He even points out how stupid his no-kill policy is at the end of the game, uh, when he's contemplating whether or not to give Joker the cure. And then his sudden revelation at the end is, oh, I would have given it to you anyway. What a fucking moron. Like, it is so stupid. You are logically and morally justified in killing someone who is too dangerous to be left alive, like the Joker. He should have been killed 10 times over because he keeps on escaping and killing more people. And then that's on That's on Batman. Uh, he is then morally culpable, along with the justice system, Batman, the Gotham justice system, for constantly not killing someone who's too dangerous to be left alive. Because every time he kills someone else after they already know that he's too dangerous to be left alive, then it's on them. They are responsible. I get why they do this because then they can have more games and more movies and stuff like that. Also, during the 1940s, there was a big moral outcry from parents. Batman used to kill in the comics before then. He would have been a much more interesting character, and I believe that the new Ben Affleck Batman movie will have a Batman that is uh, um, more willing to kill if necessary, and I hope that's the case. I just wish this game followed suit in that. Instead they did what they did that stupid sanitization. They killed off the Joker, but they kept Batman's hands clean. They made it his fault, and I hate it when cartoons or video games or anime does this. It's the oldest trick in the book. They kill off a bad guy, but they leave the Jesus character, Batman in this case. They leave his hands clean. He wasn't directly responsible for that, and that is the most idiotic thing. I hate it when they do that. It's so unrealistic. And you might say, why are you looking for realism in this? Fuck you, okay? And when it comes to moral character, it matters. You're not evil just because you kill someone who actually deserves to die and you're logically justified in killing them because they're too dangerous to be left alive. So that's why I don't like Batman's character, because of that irrational and illogical no-kill policy that he has. But hopefully that changes in that new Ben Affleck movie. Otherwise, he would be a very interesting character with very interesting stories, because I do like his uh, stories. I like the villains. They're all pretty cool. Much more interesting to me than Superman. And that's all I have to say. So, that's Batman Arkham City.